Okay, we are doing our second part of our interview, and this is on the completion reflections with Robi, who has been our YouTube assistant for the last couple of months. So everything that you see on the YouTube channel is her work, the last 16 videos. And I'm so grateful for her work, and I'm so excited to continue this interview. We just talked about her biggest learnings, and we also talked about her biggest challenges and everything that's happened, and the greatest growth that you experienced, right? So we really reflected upon how far you've come in the last 3 months. And one of the things you told me was that you felt like you grew up in a lot of ways, personally and professionally. And I think that's one of the coolest things to experience, to really condense. We joke about this all the time, and we joke about how she has actually experienced like almost 1.5 years of growth in terms of skill set in the last 3 months because of the depth and the breadth of the YouTube world that she needed to quickly learn, that you needed to quickly learn in this short amount of time, and how many times you've done each piece of work to the point that you not only learn how to manage your time better, but you also learn how to manage your emotions better, and you also learn how to manage the flow, the workflow, the streamlining, the organization better. So, thank you for doing all of that. And now, what we're going to be doing is we're going to go into the second segment of our interview, which is going to be about your future life and how this has impacted your life. So, just quickly summarize what you told me about earlier about how this is shaping your future career, your future life. You have a family business that is managing supermarkets across Indonesia. And I want to know how this is shaping your leadership in that. And halfway through our work together, your family business decided to expand. And so you have new shops coming up. So, how has this impacted you as a leader and managing your employees in your family business? And also your future career aspirations, right? The aspirations you have beyond the family business, if you do.
Yeah, yeah. So as I learned a lot from you, and I put myself if I can switch it, and I put myself on my family business, and we have a crew in our family business too, and then I have let's say I'm a I'm just a little leader for that. But for me, when I work with you, as I said before, that I learn about communication since we have a crew, and then we have to communicate about our things, and then how our story going well, how our story growing up, and then the last part that I said to you, we opened a new shop, like a new store, and then I have to work with in that too. Like we had new crew in there, and then when I work with you, and is it like I'm mirroring you? I I mean, like it is like a mirror. I mean, what you do for me about communications, about the clear instructions, about how to handle our works, and then I try to do it to my crew too, and then I learn a lot from you about that, about the leadership too, and then how I manage my time too, and then since in a day I have to work with my family business, and then I come back to our work, to our project in the night, and then the split time that I give to my family business, and then that I give to you, I learned a lot about that too. When we discussed, you mentioning about time management too, like you told me you can do that, like little by little, and then don't go pressure about that, and yeah, the important thing that I have to respond about this, since I have to stand for that, since we work in the business things, not just for myself, but I work for you, I work for my family business, and I have ethic for that. And it's really helpful for me to handle my family business too. Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. So it sounds like you learned a lot of possibilities of people management from me, and the part that you feel was going to benefit your business, you bring it into your own business and mirror it and find your own way of dealing with that. How do your people respond? Like, how have you noticed your leadership change before you use that mirroring skill and then after? Like, do you feel like you're a better communicator? Do you feel like you get more things done? Like, what is the impact of it?
The impact of that, when I keep a clear communications with my crew, with my family member, and the business, and then we set time, uh, we set time for family business, and it's more easier for me and my other member uh, to handle our store actually. Like it's not it is not like mistime, misconceptions, misunderstanding, like oh I think it's more easier to mobilize. I sense I have to, yeah, it's like it's more easier to mobilize everything in our business. Yeah.
Do you have feedback from your family? Have they noticed the change in you? And what do they think of your new skill sets? And do they notice your new leadership skills?
Mm.
Or what is their feedback?
Yeah, I think my family noticed about that since one of my family members said to me like oh, you can set your time now, something like that. Like sometimes when they call me and then when they give me task, um sometimes I postponed the task by for now. uh One of my family members said that, oh, I think no, for now, you know how to manage the time since you have to move from one store to other stores that I have to work. So I know how to handle it. Yeah.
So you're able to do more things in less time, or you're able to communicate what you can do within the time they give you, or what is the skill? What is the thing that you learned?
The skill that I learned, it is, oh, how to say it? Like it is like I know more about I know more how to set my time. Like okay, this is the time with this store. This is the time with other stores, or this is the time for work with Hani. And to set that time, actually, for the first time, it's quite hard for me since I don't know how I prioritize my focus. And after I work with you, we do a lot of things, and then you give me feedback, and uh, day by day I learn about that, and I try to implement that things in my work.
Okay, awesome, great. Thank you for that. So it sounds like basically what you are describing is that you are able to multitask and also become more effective at your work. You're able to get the things done that needs to be done for more things because you have more stores, you have more projects, and you have a lot of moving parts. So I want to understand now your future, right? Like, because you might not be working at your store with your family forever, and you also might not be doing YouTube stuff forever. How has our work in the last 3 months impacted your career and personal life in the entire trajectory? Like, what's going to last for the long term? What's going to last for the long term? And how has your time with me influenced your approach in other areas of your life? This can be relationships, self-care, decision making, or any other parts of your life. So, what have you taken away that's going to make a lasting impact for your life, if any?
Oh, so actually, working with you, working in this project, actually, working in this project, has brought me one step closer to my dreams since I want to master skill around digital creations, and then around about creative things. And this is one of the steps that I have to jump into. And then for next future, uh, when I work with you, I learn so many things about the basic things, and then I have to know more about digital creations, and then more about creative things, and then I want to put this experience like a root, a root, like a route for my next steps. Like I have to know this route first, and then if I want to go to other step, other my dreams, and I base this, and then it's a good things that I work with you, and then I work with this project.
It sounds like
Yeah,
this work and this job for you has created a lot of digital marketing and digital work foundations, like the fundamental skill sets that you need in order to excel in the digital role. So that would allow you to create a lot more. It has opened up a lot of doors and opened up a lot of opportunity for you to work in the digital world because you get to understand how to organize yourself digitally. You get to work with a digital team. You get to work on digital projects, and everything is just digital that we've been doing. There's very little
yeah,
physical stuff. So you've gotten a
yeah,
really good training. It's almost like going to a university for digital, like business and
yeah.
content production. How
Exactly.
has anything else you want to say?
Yeah,
Is
exactly.
there
I
a
mean,
particular? Go ahead.
yeah. Uh, Oh my God, my battery is running out. I'm sorry. Give me a time to charge my laptop first. I'm sorry.
It's okay. All right. So I just want to summarize a little bit more about Robi's time here as she is charging her computer. So as you can tell, like a lot of the skills that you're going to be learning with me is not unlike the skills you're going to need for your life and your career. So, other than the exact skills that are written on the job description, there's a lot of habits, behaviors, fundamentals that you're learning that is going to set a very strong foundation for any type of multitasking or work in the future. Just as Roby has shared, it has not only impacted her leadership abilities with her current team, but it is also opening up doors for her digital career if she chooses to do that in the future. The next thing that we're going to be asking her is around feedback on leadership and culture, specifically working with me. And so, whenever you're ready, Roby, just let me know so we can ask you those questions. Are you ready? Or are you still plugging your computer in?
Oh, yeah, yeah, I'm ready.
You ready? Okay, great. All right. So, cool. Thank you so much for sharing all of that. So let's move on to your relationship with me and me as your leader and feedback, and I just want to let you know that everything is fine. I like negative, positive, neutral. Like for me, it doesn't bother me if it's negative or anything like that. Like for me, I just want to become a better leader for you and for everyone who wants to work with me. So any constructive feedback is a positive feedback. Even if it's a negative feedback, it helps me become a better person. And so I would really like to hear all feedback. I know that there are certain feedbacks that are very um, conclusive or short. So, for example, there might be a feedback that's like, "Oh, you give me too much work." So then I would be asking questions on how we can improve that. So you might hear me being like, "Okay, like what specifically was too much? What specifically was overwhelming? Would it be better if we broke it down to like three different parts or like two different parts?" So I will be also workshopping some solutions to understand how I can better manage people, manage our team, and also make sure that we are challenged enough that we're all growing as a team, but not so much that we stop moving forward. So my intention is to really listen to your feedback. I trust you so much, and so your feedback is extremely valuable to me as a leader. And any type of criticism or any type of constructive criticism is very welcomed here. So please don't be afraid of sharing anything that is going to help me as a leader. Okay? I really want
Okay,
all
okay.
of it. Don't hold back. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Let me know. All right. So, how did you find the communication and support and training from me as your leader? And is there
As a
any ways
leader,
that
I
I can
think.
improve as a leader to support you better?
Mhm. So first time, you give clear goals in the first month, and then we follow the goals. So we have our foundations in our project, and then which is good. I think you give uh you share the things that we have to do in the first place, in the first time, and then so we can follow all of the goals and then until we finish the project. And then the second one is about organizational skills, and then you give a clear task, you give feedback, uh sometimes a little feedback, you give a little feedback, and then it's work in our project. And then the third one is you really open with discussion, and I really love about that since you, I mean, discuss with you, it's the things that helpful for me, since you open for discussion about anything, like about our project, about something about the task that I really difficult with that, and then about my about my feeling about our work. You really open discussion, discuss with me about that. And then so the fourth one is actually you set goals so high, which is good actually for our project. And then when we set our goals so high, it's make our value in work uh, increase. But as for me, since I'm a beginner, sometimes I quite challenging to do that, and then I have to run. It is like running with you, something like that. Like since I'm a beginner, and then I have to running for you everything that you give to me, and then I have to like okay, I have to running for every work that we do since I'm a beginner. But that's helped me. I mean, I realized that really helped me since uh I learned a lot from the time that we do in our project. And the fifth one is the task you give to me sometimes quite a lot, but and it's really challenging for me since uh I work with another field. I work with yeah, with different field, and the field that I do with you, it's new for me. And yeah, it's quite challenging actually, but I always think that it's really helpful for me in the future, something like that. I have to do this since I have to respond to the task that I have to do, something like that. And yeah, personally, as a leader, I think you set a standard. Set a standard for all the work that we do, and it's good for the actually, since it's clear, it's more clear uh, when you give suggestions, when you give feedback to your assistant, especially for me. Yeah, that's the fifth things that
Thank
I
you.
really.
I have a question. My question is, when you say that I set goals really high, what do you mean by that? And then my second question is, um, What you said that my feedback, even a small feedback, would work really well. And what example do you have for those two pieces of information that you just shared?
So the first one is the high standard. This is from my point of view. Like when we first met, you give me you share with me our goals, and we have to have like excuse, and then we have to do these things, and so for me, from my point of view, since that's because when I look at to your YouTube content, your YouTube account actually, and when I see that, oh, I think Hani wanna come back again to YouTube, something like that, and then Hani wanna make a new things in YouTube, make update the YouTube content, something like that, and then when you share with me the goals, and I look the goals, so the first thing that come into my mind like, can we achieve these things, something like that. So that's why I said you set the standard really high, but as time goes we work with that project, and then the first thing we do is like we make a 16 videos, and then we work with that, and I realized that when we work really hard for that, when I mean, you know that I really put myself on our project actually, and then I genuinely want grow up with you, and when we, I don't know when is it we catch our goals or not, but when the period more better, the period more better and better and better, I realized that, oh, I think our work really well, our work really work, something like that. So that's why I said that you make high standard, it's really good actually, since the standard that we have to catch, we value ourselves more and more again, something like that. And the next feedback is for, oh, sorry, can you repeat the second feedback that I have to give?
I just wanted to go back to the job description when we first hired you, and I just wanted to show, to just see the goals that we had. So for 2024 YH content growth goals, this is what I sent to you in August,
Hmm.
is that we wanted the YouTube to get 3,000 watch hours by December 2024. Right now, it's the 4th of December. At this point in time, we had about 400 watch hours. So we literally needed to fill in the blank. I think we had like 300 and something watch hours. So we had a big gap of like 3,000 minus 400 is like 2,000 600 views, hours of content that needed to be watched, right, from our audience, which is you guys, whoever watching. Thank you so much for watching our thing for so long. And so
Yeah, thank you
and
so
so we're
much.
so appreciative, like this was one of our goals. Like we wanted to make content that was deserving of your eyeballs and deserving of your watch time. And in order to do that, we had to work really hard to think about like what is actually the most valid, like what would actually be good enough, interesting enough, like engaging enough, or whatever. Like for whatever thing, we wanted to create content that you actually wanted to watch. And I'm so proud, so proud to say that within less than 3 months, we have garnered more than 2,000 something views. I mean, sorry, not views, hours of content being watched. I'm looking at my phone right now because I actually have the data here. And I just want to share that with you. When I set that goal, I also did not think I was going to meet it. I was just thinking, I'm just going to do my best. I'm going to publish 16 videos. I'm going to make sure that they're the best thing we can do. And each video is going to be the better than the last video. And we're not going to care so much about the hours. We're just going to care about improving each time. That's all. My standard is not we're gonna have to hit those goals. Those goals are great, but we just need to improve ourselves each time. And I was sure that if we did that, we would get get somewhere with our lives and our video channel and our YouTube channel. So I just want to show you, like right now, as of today, we have achieved. Oh my God, do you want to hear this? So
Tell
our
us, tell
goal,
us.
our goal is 3,000 watch hours, and we started at 400, okay, 3 months ago. This is, oh, I can't even see this because my video background. Maybe I can find it on. Maybe I can find it on my YouTube analytics and show you guys. Yesterday I checked, it was like 2,900 something, okay? But at the time of this video being recorded, wow, this is like the perfect timing for this data to come out. Did you think
We
it was
really
crazy
hard
cool?
at work. Yeah, for this first time, it's crazy goal actually, but we really genuinely work to increase our capabilities too in our project. So I think it's more valuable, and yeah, the fear, the fears too.
And I remember when we first started, we had 1,500 subscribers. Today, I'm going to show you the data right now. So today, 3 months later, we have 2,497 subscribers. This is almost 1,000 additional subscribers than when we started. It used to take us 3 years to 4 or 5 years to get to that number. This time it took us 3 months because of all the hard work that you did and we did and the whole team did. Also, we had a goal of 3,000 watch hours. We need one more thousand watch hour to get monetized. And right now we have 3,135 watch hours, and it is December 4th. We are ahead of schedule. It's not even December 31st yet. And we have 3,135 hours. So you have hit your December 2024 goals. Congratulations for, for
Oh
being a
my
part of
goodness, for
this.
me too.
How crazy is that?
Yeah, thank you for having me in our project.
How do you feel?
It's great. It's awesome. It is like our work hard. We paid our work hard. We paid our time in this project. So yeah, I really thank for that. I really appreciate, respect for every time that we do in our project.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
incredible. I'm so happy. And it like, we invested so much of our time. You invested your so much of your time. You've gone through blood, sweat, and tears, as some people may say. You've gone through emotions, you've gone through self-doubt, you've wanted to consider, just a lot of different ideas, and you still came back and you still did your responsibility and you did it. Is there anything you'd like to share about your work that future team members should know? Like if someone is thinking of applying for this role or working with me, what would you say to them?
for future team members should know. I think the first thing is we have to know that the process is really important when we work on the project. That's the first thing that I really highlight. And then when we work, actually, yeah, sometimes overwhelm, burnout come, feeling unwelcome, but we have to mindful about that. We have to know how to handle the since we have to respond in every stuff in our lives. So I think we have to know about ourselves first, and then when we know ourselves, we can work. We can do all of our stuff, all of our tasks well too. And
Wait, hold on. I
uh,
don't understand
oh
that
yeah, the
that
last
point.
thing
Can
is
you can you explain that point again? Is it something about welcome and we have to know ourselves and our task? What do you mean by that? Can you expand or like
I mean,
concise condense the point?
yeah, for the second things is like sometimes when we work, overwhelm come, burnout come. feel unwelcome, but we have to know ourselves first. I mean,
I see.
when
So you're saying it might be it might be overwhelming, it might burn you out. And in order to overcome these situations, know yourself so that you know how to manage your energy
yeah,
during
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
focus and attention during this time. Okay, so that's the second thing. What's the third thing?
The last thing is because we work not just by ourselves, so we have to know the workflow. So for me, I have to know your workflow, and then I have to know your phase in work, so I can fit myself with you, fit myself with our project. So it's more easier when we know each other workflow, and then it goes really well when we know the workflow, how the workflow work, something like that.
Awesome, great. Okay, cool. And so what about someone who's just starting? Like they just saw my job description on a job board and they're thinking of applying. What would your message be for them?
Sorry, can you repeat,
If someone were to
please?
come over and just look at my job description or job description for YH and they have no idea if they should apply or not, what would you say to them?
Oh, for the YH, it is like how to say it? It is like you. So I mean, this is from my point of view. I want to make it like my own perception about YH. Right. So for me, it's helpful. It's a place that uh to grow with wellness thing, with how to say it, liberation things, and then to increase our body awareness, our partner awareness, and then our how to say, like, it's more to it's improve our awareness actually, especially like for liberations and for ourselves, like because in your YouTube, you talk about like attachment, detachment, about so many things that make uh, ourselves grow, something like that.
Super cool.
So
Awesome. Um, Yeah. So you're saying that basically anyone who wants to grow personally and who's interested in wellness should definitely join. And they're also going to learn a lot of things and they and this is something that I want to add. Like they're also going to get training for the things that they don't know, right?
mhm, mhm. Yeah, yeah,
How
yes.
do you feel about your training process? How did you feel about the training that you got?
My training process, it's really awesome actually, since it's new for me. So for the first time in the training process, everything is new for me. And then even when I get class, before I met with you, before I joined with this project, but everything is new for me. Like from the topics, from the task that I have to do, and then from the output that project we have done, and it's new for me, and it's really awesome for me, since uh, I really excited because and I know more about new things, something like that.
Great. So, if you could tell your starting self something like wisdom that you know now that you didn't know when you first started, what would it be?
Sorry, can you repeat, please? The voice, it's not going well.
If there is one thing that you can tell yourself in the beginning when you first started, for if you could talk to yourself in the past, what would you say to her?
What I say to myself, because this is the process that I have to begin. So I have to believe in myself and believe in the work, believe in the project that we have to do. I have to believe in that process that I have to do, and then I have to patience about that. Yeah.
Tell me about patience. I think the last three meetings that we've had, I've always asked you, what have you learned the most in this call? And your answer was always patience, patience, patience. And we laugh about that all the time. Tell me about
Yeah.
this patience and your understanding of patience in the beginning of when you started, and what's your understanding and definition of patience now, and how does it relate to the work that you have done?
So I don't know correctly about the meaning of the patience actually, but for me, uh patience, it's equal. I respect my process, something like that. So actually, uh the goal is not the important thing, it's not the goal but the process. When I do in the 3 months, and then in this time, in the process time, I have so many things that I don't want. I have so many things, uh like something bad happens, and then like my computer going broke, and then everything not going well, and then it teach me how I have to handle my things, I have to handle my task. And then when I get into the process, and then I get mindful about the process, and the patience comes up, like, oh, I think this is the process that make me understand what is patient thing, what is patience, something like that.
I
Yeah.
know that you're also a very spiritual person. So I'm curious, like, you sometimes talk to me about patience in the context of spirituality and your faith. And
Yeah.
so, would you feel comfortable sharing a little bit about that as well? Because you said that you have been also asking for guidance around patience itself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so actually, before I work with you, and I have so many goals, I have so many lists for myself when I work in, and then I always need guidance, and the guidance that I really the guidance that I want is from God. So I always ask, like, I always pray, like, I will, if God give me a job, or the things that make me learn a lot about everything, about work, about myself, about my family business. I want to learn something that really impactful for me, and then after that, uh, as time goes, and then I work with you, and then I met, or we do our project, and the process on the project, it's really, I really, I realized that, oh, I think this is the things that I have to learn about, and this is the patience that I mean, like, something that I have to learn, something that I ask to God that I have to learn. And I believe this is the things that these things really helpful for me in the future. So that's why I believe in this process. I believe in this patience. I really appreciate our work. I really respect our work. I really, yeah, I really appreciate our all of our project. all of the things that we do. I really respect everything that we do.
So some people might feel uncomfortable doing this topic of this work, right? Because a lot of it is about women empowerment and it's also about sensuality. So was there any
Mm.
point that you felt uncomfortable with the topic and how, like, what kept you, what do you believe our mission is from your perspective? And what do you see? And how has our mission impacted you? And how do you see it impacting our community here?
Oh, so for me, it's really impactful actually, since uh, when I look at our project, and then when I look at, as you said, that like sensual, and I think maybe so many people thinks it's taboo. For me, it is not like that, since we have to know more ourselves. This is part of ourselves actually. So that's why I believe that everything that I know, everything that I learn about, that's not that is that's really important for me. Even it is just a small thing that I know or that I learned from our project, or from the things that maybe some people don't want to talk about it. But for me, I'm really open with everything, like everything. I mean, I don't want to make myself in the box, like I just want to believe these things like that. I mean, I have purpose in my life. I have something that I really believe, but I don't want to make boundaries about myself with something in the out of myself. So because I think everything, when I learn something, when something uh when I get something from uh the things that I don't know before, or the things that really maybe uncomfortable before. But I think for me, I learn a lot from everything, so I don't want to make it like just, and I don't want to make myself in the box, like in the small box. I want to
So
know
what you're
more.
saying is that sensuality is for you, not only does sensuality not mean taboo for you, it means something that is important for you to understand your body. And also you want to keep an open mind so that you can constantly learn and grow in a way that is authentic and is true to yourself. And thirdly, you really appreciate our work and our mission and our content. And why do you? Because
Mhm.
you edited every single video in the last four, like 16
Mhm.
videos, right? So you basically know every single piece of content and inside and out because you've probably edited them like three times at the way that we're doing it. And so, like,
Yeah.
how how do you, so do you feel like this is a very important piece of information to know, or how do you feel like this information has impacted you? And how do you feel about our mission in the world by sharing this information with the world? How do you think they can benefit from it?
So yeah, for me, when I did the video, I know more information about the sensor. Like uh, I know more about, because a lot of video we talk about self, deep self, and then about partnership, and about tantra. About tantra, it's really new for me, but I learned a lot from tantra things. And then uh as I said before, if we want to, I mean, if we want to know about ourselves, and I don't know how to say it. I think it's similar. It's similar with empathy, something like that. Like uh, when you share the video, when we share the video, when we share the content, actually, it's help some people. Yeah, maybe I don't know the viewers. I don't know. I don't know, the people that watch our content, but I believe everyone, when they watch your content, when they watch that video we make, they get something that help they are something like that. As for me too, when I edited the video, I it's really helpful for me. So I know more about tantra. I know more about sensual. I know more. Sometimes it's taboo for others, but for me, it is like look at myself. Oh, these things inside my body, but I don't recognize this before. But for now, I know these things, and I have to look these ones as a part of my life, as a part of my body, and I have to acknowledge myself about these things, something like that. But maybe in not every video is fit with me, but maybe it's not fit with me. But how about others? Maybe yeah, it's not same with me, but how about others? So that's why I think it's about empathy. I mean, like we have to know other shoes, so that's why we cannot just judge by ourselves. So yeah, I think it's really beautiful when we respect other perspective like that. Is it?
Totally. Totally. I agree. Thank you so much. What is your most proud accomplishment in our entire work together? And are there any parting words you have or advice you have for me as your leader or the team or anything you want to give us last words before you leave? So your proudest, most fulfilling accomplishment here and any parting words.
So I'm really grateful do this project with you, and you're so awesome. Actually, you're a good leader, and then you train me very well. And I think because the first time I work with you, this is the first time I work with other. I mean, beside my family business, beside my family, and then you treat me well actually, and then but yeah, maybe sometimes it's not going well, but I think there is a part of work. There is a part of process, and then I think that's a beautiful thing that I know that when I work with other, then when I work with you, when I work with maybe someone else in the future, I know more about myself. I know more about attitude. I know more about work ethic. I know more about how to communicate. I know more about other feelings, and then uh, it helps me it helps my relation with others, something like that. So I really respect your time. I really appreciate when I join with you and you give me opportunities to work with you in this project. I
I
thank you for
also feel the same way about you. Yeah, and thank you for giving all of yourself to this project. I feel that you have been such a valuable team member, and I've seen you grow and seen you go through all the challenges. And I feel that you are definitely someone we would love to have back whenever that time is right. It's been a pleasure working with you. I feel that it's been such a journey, and we did so many accomplishments together. We hit so many goals together, and I think it brought us closer as a team, right? We have stronger team intimacy and stronger team trust. And the beautiful thing is that our work will continue beyond us. These videos are going to live beyond this time, right? And so our work will have a life of its own. And we get to come back in 5 years and 10 years and see the impact that it continues to create because we put in the effort today. And so thank you so much for all of your trust. Thank you so much for believing in our work and for giving so much of your time, your effort, your patience and struggling and pulling through, crying and pulling through, almost giving up and pulling through. I really appreciate everything that you've done. It's been an incredible journey. And I know that you're going to take all your learnings and you're going to be a fantastic leader in your work. And your family is so lucky to have you, someone who wants to learn so much. someone who is so dedicated, so loyal, and so responsible. You take your responsibilities very seriously, and that's one of the reasons we appreciate you so much here too. And yeah, thank you. Thank you for everything you've given us. We really appreciate everything you've been, and we're so excited to see how your future evolves.
Yeah, the same with me. I hope, oh yeah, YH. Anyway, I think we always make wishes for each other when we talk to each other, right? Like for me too, I really appreciate for everything I have done with you in our project, and then sometimes we discuss about my work, our project, and then I really value the time that we have done until now, and then I really hope and I really appreciate for everything actually. And I always said like thanks God for everything that you give me. And one of them is Hani. And yeah, I mean this is part of my life and part of my journey into my other future, and then it's really helpful for me, and I really respect our time, our trust. You always trust me. You give me that trust, and then I wish better things for you, for I mean for the project, for the next project, for YouTube content, for your future goals, for your future dreams. I know you have so many things to do. I know you have so many goals, and yeah, I hope it's going well, and yeah, as you wish, and yeah, everything in good things. Yeah, I hope everything that we dreams on come true. Thank you for that.
Thank you. I wish the same for you. I feel like we both have lots of goals in our lives, and I wish that all of your goals get met and all of your dreams come true, and that you continue your journey in the most beautiful and spectacular and like valuable way possible. I hope that your central liberation journey continues as well, and you continue to step out of your comfort zone. And I know that without a doubt that you're going to excel at whatever you put your heart towards. So, yeah, okay,
Mm.
before we like make this any longer, um, I'm just going to virtually hug you and virtually just love on you. Just thank you so much. I really appreciate you. One day I will go to Indonesia and visit you, and we will have a big catch up. So until then, I'm gonna just I'll close this window here. So thank you guys for watching, for witnessing our little completion ritual, I call it, which is a ritual that I do for all the team members who have contributed to us and who are you know, shifting priorities or who are um, going and moving on or doing different things. Like each team member is always valued, and we always appreciate any contribution that has been made. So thank you for being a part of our completion journey and our completion ritual here. And we'll see you
Thank
in the
you
next
for having
video.
me. Yeah.
Yes, for sure.